Hey folks, Kathy here with Living Miracle Homestead. Well, I have been really fighting a bad allergy this morning. Haven't gotten much done. I wanted to get out here earlier and do this, but I'm glad I finally got to. So I've taken out most of the old hay out of here and cleaned up the back, and now the rabbits are eating. Yep. And for some reason, they have to sit on top of the bowl. Mama has to push them over to get her food. So I think I'm going to make another bowl or something. I don't know. Then they'll all look at them stuck back there. I can't clean back the other yet because they are in the way. So let me see what I can do here. Well, if y'all don't think that's super cute, I don't even have words to say. I moved things around a little bit, and I made them a ledge up here because they keep getting down in that wire thing. I need to someday get in there and take that wire thing out and replace the wire that's on the outside to have more room there. I'd like to actually put a breeding box in, not a breeding box, a box so that they could have their babies in there, but I'm afraid they'll poop in there and then I won't be able to clean it out. And that little fella over there, for some reason, he just don't want to come out of that corner. Ain't he the cutest little thing? But these guys are over here eating like crazy, which is really good. I'm glad to see that. I think I could probably wean them now that they're eating their own food. I think I could pull them off. I have to go back and see when they were born to see how to see when to pull them out. But I'm gonna close this up for now and let them have their privacy. Hi, baby. This is my handsome feller, Nani. Yeah. Say hi to everybody. Good morning. Oh, he's going to show you how beautiful he is. Show Mama how pretty you are. Yeah. Show me how pretty you are. He's got quills he needs popped. But I don't do that anymore. You want to know what I'm talking about? See if I can move in close enough to see. It's not doing it. You see those little straw-looking like things on his neck? Let's see if I can open it. Maybe it will do. See that straw-looking thing right there? Right. I can get my finger in here. Oh well. Anyways, that needs to be popped. It's got a whole bunch underneath. See how it's... David usually does that for me. See that little feather? I always clean the I always used to clean those for him and pop them, but I haven't held him in a long time. I'm afraid of the damage he could do to me with his paws his little feet. They're very sharp, and I don't like to handle him with, I could handle him with leather gloves, but it doesn't give you that bond touch, that one skin touch. And sometimes I touch him through the little thing here, and touch his feet and stuff, and he'll let me do that. But after getting bit by him years ago, I kind of stopped, especially after I started getting thin skin. You can see the quills there through the thing where the gold and the blue start. Those really need to be popped and cleaned, so I'll tell David about that. That's really why I think that birds need a mate with them at all times, because, oh, I gotta show you these, because, squirrel, because they need to be able to clean each other and prune each other. Take those little, it's a, with birds, it's like a straw. Their feather is in, and at the end of that, if that's damaged, they can actually bleed to death. If it's a wing blood feather or something like that, it won't clot. It has to be pulled out. It'll just drain every single part of the blood out of their body. But anyways, I want to show you the jaboticaba and all this fruit on here. Check this out. They are everywhere. Everywhere. All over this. Even up higher. The fruit is going to be magnificent. I hope that it comes in after I get back, but I have a feeling that's all going to be gone when I get home, because they're growing pretty fast. Well, folks, I want you to see what I'm doing. I have a few more of these collard greens that I am putting out, and this ground is super dry. Now, I've been putting the sprinkler on this for hours at a time, so that tells you how hot it is here in Florida. But I want you to see this. See all these little guys right here? I'm probably going to dig those up, because I believe it's this Roselle coming back to grow, and I only want them on the end, and once they get a little bit bigger, I'm going to move them into other parts of the yard. Oh, my sinuses are going crazy today. This is awful. So now over here, it's a little bit more damp, I should say. Not damper. I don't think that's a word. Oh, sometimes I make up my own words. But trying to get the rest of these planted. I had 25 in this batch, but I planted them in the garden, and I've got plenty of them that I want there. So these will be out here, and hopefully I won't step on any of my Roselles that are coming up. And these are the last 3, so I'm going to get them planted. Okay. So I got those little guys in there, and I'm debating on whether to go ahead and pull this guy up or not. It's still got some life in it. That one over there is budded out pretty good. This one not so much. I think I'll just pull this up. And that way, we got some newbies coming up over there. I'll transplant them on this end like I did before, and they'll get some shade. My mustard greens have gone to seed, and I'm gonna let them seed out probably. I need to harvest some of those leaves though. at least give them to the chickens, right? Before they get wilted and carry on from the heat. But even the shade cloth is no match for this Florida sun. And next I have to tackle that over there, but I can't do that until I get a new bee suit, and that'll be coming hopefully tomorrow. But I have to tell you a story about that. This is a beware story. So let me go sit down for this. Okay, so before I get to sit down, I've got to go get the water hose that I turned on and put it in that garden. And hopefully I can do that without Chester getting loose. And I've got to finish watering this up here. I'll show you. Okay, so before I can sit down and talk about this, I have to water these guys up here. Let me show you. Yeah. I gotta water these in and get them good and wet, because you see how droopy they're getting? I don't want any droopy leaves. But I need to go and water those others that I just planted in, because this is like hot time of the day, and we know Florida sun is really abusive. I'm still working on the back, trying to get it the way I want it, so I really don't want to show you much back there, but I want to get these guys watered in a little bit so that I won't forget to come back and water them. Man, the sinuses are going nuts today. I had such a bad attack this morning that I couldn't even leave the house. My eyes were all running and hateful, you know. This is what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get this coconut to suck up all the water in there, and so that I can use it to make seeds trays tonight. I'm going to be planting my seedlings. So, but I also need to water this. I need 2 hoses, right? So, get that watered in pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and take off out to the back and get that starting to soak so I can sit down and talk. Okay, so there you have it. That'll water pretty much everything down to the end. I should probably bring it a little bit more. It's getting some right there, but not as much as I want. And there's not too much on the end down there, so let's move this a little bit this way. Manipulate that more so it's coming straight up. That's not working. Well, I may just have to hand water that over there, because I just don't think it's getting enough. It's not getting enough over on this side too, so I'll just have to move it back and forth, I reckon. Either way, it's getting watered, right? Even if it's not getting as much as I want it to. I could just do this right here, but I want to be able to walk away so I can talk. I think that's better. I think that's much better, as long as it doesn't fall over. Okay, I'm trying not to make this winded, I looked at it and it was 5 minutes. So I need to go over this very quickly so that this video is not a really super long one. Today, I had a fraudulent charge on my credit card. I had that fixed immediately. It was a freak thing that I even found it. I was buying a bee suit, and when I went to go pay the amount of the bee suit off of the credit card, I realized that there was a charge on there that I hadn't charged. So that being said, I immediately called the credit card. Now, I don't use my credit card very often, and when I use it, I only use it so that I can get points, and I pay it off, right? And I needed a bee suit really bad, and it'll be here tomorrow. So, because my camouflage bee suit, I washed it, and let's just say that plastic material that it was made in was really hot, number one, and number two, it fell apart. I've washed it 2 or 3 times prior to this, so it just got wore out. So anyways, make a long story short, in turning this in, they didn't tell me that they had this actual feature on my bank. So I was talking to my daughter-in-law about what happened, and she said, well, every time that me or Brian use the card, our cards, it tells me how much I spent and where it was at and everything, because she had about $700 charged on hers, and immediately she found out because she had this alert. So reason why I'm telling you about this, make sure that if your bank allows you to, or your credit card or anything like that allows you to give you alerts every time something is spent on your card, sign up for it. Hey, I know some of you guys may use your cards 4 or 5 times a day, and I'd rather get 4 or 5 texts a day, which I would never get, maybe 2 or 3 texts a month, because I don't really use my card very often, but I'd rather get a text every time than to have to worry about somebody stealing something and me having to go through all this fraudulent stuff for them to figure this out for me. So, I'm going to end this video, and I'm hoping those are Roselles that are popping up there. That would be really cool, because when the freeze came, all that died back and all those seeds fell out, and I didn't get any of them seeds that was left in those pods. Now, I got a drawer full of seeds too that I need to get in the mail. So, I got a gift. I get after that. Hopefully I can do that either before I leave or after I get back. But I want to show you something really cute. Look at this little bird. I got the water sprinklers on, and it's just taking a bath in the sprinkler. It's too funny. I don't know there he is. I don't know how good this sprinkler is for him, but they seem to like it. They get in there every time. See, I got still some black sapotes in there. I've got to get out of there before I go on my trip too. There he is up there. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you next time here on Living Miracle Homestead. Bye now.